are so many people within the mainstream media who think that we're stupid, that we can't put two and two together, and that is exactly what's happening right now with the CD Projekt Red CEO, because he's claiming the company hires based on merit, despite the company's website claiming it embraces equitable practices. This is a That Park Place article. It says his comments came in response to a video from Endymion where he alleges a source informed him that CD Projekt Red is in an absolute state of chaos right now based on who is actually still working there that used to work on the previous games. He added, apparently, it's a senior talent list has already left CD Projekt Red. And for example, the director of Witcher 3 has long left the studio, and they've already created their own studio with their own new game as well. And apparently, places like Warhorse Studios, the makers of Kingdom Deliverance, they have actually been poaching talent from CDPR like crazy these past few years. And of course, it was just a rumor, right? Take it with a grain of salt. You never truly know. But because this CEO got so defensive and started gaslighting us, I tend to believe it even more because, in response to the video he posted on X, seems we live in times where anyone can record complete nonsense and make a story about it. CD Projekt Red talent leaving, we have the lowest rotation of people in recent years. And he continued, DEI driven recruitment, we hired based on merit and talent alone, just as we make games driven by artistic vision alone. And I would love to believe that, right? Because CD Projekt Red has created some amazing games in the past. I absolutely love The Witcher, and I want them to continue to be able to make fantastic games, but they've had a lot of problems, especially since the Cyberpunk 2077 debacle, because it came out in such a state of disaster. And we did hear that a lot of developers leaving and kind of being shifted around, and they weren't really sure what to do with the game. Of course, Phantom Liberty came out and it did very well for them, and now we know that they're working on the next Witcher game, but it is extremely worrying to hear about companies, in the industry right now hiring based on DEI. They have checklists of certain types of people they want to hire. It always, of course, excludes straight white men because why wouldn't it? And while he can sit here and say all he wants that they hire based on merit and talent alone, which is the way the world should work, we have seen that that isn't wholly the truth for them. We know the fact that the company does indeed recruit based on DEI initiatives. The company's diversity and inclusion page on its website states, our purpose is to create revolutionary role-playing games with memorable stories that inspires gamers. We can only deliver on these goals and promises with an amazing, passionate team whose talents and professional skills reflect the breadth of experience in the world. A diverse and inclusive work environment boosts creativity and innovation, which is exactly what we need in order to push the limits of technology and storytelling. And the best person for the job should always get the job. That's always going to be my opinion, always has been. And yes, that happens a lot of the time to be a naturally diverse team. The problem is forced inclusivity and forced diversity. When companies have checklists for characters they're creating, you have to have a certain percentage of women or people of color. Same thing goes with the staff that is making the game. And yeah, if you happen to have a team of 75% women and they can come and make it an amazing freaking game, then that is fantastic. But we know that that's really not happening within the industry right now. And CD Projekt Red can say all they want that, oh my gosh, we only hire based on merits and we hire people who are the best for the job. We just know that that's not the case. The lie detector has determined that that's a lie. Furthermore, the webpage also reveals the company engages in equitable practices, a far cry from the claim that it hires based on merit and talents. And yes, CDPR has made some great games in the past. I'm not sitting here saying that they haven't, but on the flip side, just because the teams that used to be at this company made amazing games doesn't mean that they are going to continue to make amazing games just because a handful of those individuals are still there. We know CD Projekt Red has changed quite a lot, and it is sad to see. And I hope that obviously in the future they can keep making amazing games. But we know that this claim that the company hires based on merit alone is a straight up lie because their webpage admits that they embrace equitable practices. And of course, Just a couple of weeks ago, we saw the newest iteration of their scholarship program that does exclude men. So I'll be keeping my eye on this to see if he says anything else, if he tries to damage control. But for now, that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.